And we are live, Founder Wisdom Pod with James R. Elliot, coaching edition. James is a coach. He's also a speaker. He's all about authentic leadership, which I'm also about, authentic influence. And he's also a communication trainer. Communications are quite important in this day and age. He is founder at Unleash Your Power since a decade. So that's quite impressive right there. So we're going to talk about coaching, speaking, influence, mindset, everything in between. James, welcome to the pod. Can you tell us a bit more about yourself and your company?
Yeah, thanks, Charles. So I've been doing this for over 10 years now on my own, really in the industry, 23 years, speaking, training, teaching, mentoring people, even back in my days at IBM and Novell and a couple of small startups as well. I love what I do. I love seeing businesses succeed. I love seeing leaders up-level themselves. And by default, by doing that, they're going to up-level their staff too. It's the whole, a rising tide floats all boats. Well, when the leader grows, develops, achieves, and accomplishes, the team will automatically as well. And then the leader looks like a superstar because his team is growing and doing well also. So I love to speak, love to teach, love to train. I love groups, love working with people as well. And it's really to help them unleash their potential. The name of my course is called Unleash Your Potential, Become Unstoppable. So that's really what I do when I teach, when I go to speak for organizations, for associations as well. That's what it's all about. I love seeing people be successful, love having fun, love traveling. So speaking is something that certainly lends itself to my travel passion too.
What kind of clients buy your services? So who do you target? Is it specific industry, specific role?
Good question. So not a specific industry. It's interesting. I've had industries from health industries, from nutrition, finance, real estate, all kinds of manufacturing, all kinds of interesting industries that my clients come from. TV industries, media as well. It's really, really cool, the different people I get to work with from all over the world, not just North America, but all over the world, working with different people, training different people, different leaders. It's pretty amazing. It's a lot of fun as well. So no specific industries, but really, again, like you said, it's helping people, stand out, really show their value, speak out, and be seen and heard, and end any self-doubt and any imposter syndrome that gets in their way of taking risks, speaking out, leading effectively, and again, being able to authentically lead people, because people aren't following the bullshit anymore. I'm allowed to swear on this thing. People aren't following the BS anymore of leaders who will say one thing and do another, right? People are tired of that. People want people and leaders who walk the talk and lead by action, and embody that. People follow these days leaders who lead not I'm the boss, not hey, these are the things I do, not even hey, these are the things I like, these things I don't like, this is my personality. Most people, in fact, John Maxwell says this, a level 5 leader, the top level leader that people will love, will follow, will do their best for, is a leader that leads by way of being and what they stand for. And people, because you're going to resonate with that person, stands for this. He or she, they lead this way. And great, I resonate with that. And that's one of the best ways to empower people, teams, inspire them to do their best, be on point, follow you into battle, stick around during tough time, and stay off distracting things like Facebook or whatever, when they should be on point, on target as well. So that authentic leadership, the leading and influencing with integrity is also big. Instead of manipulating, it's helping, everyone win. The team wins, the customers win, the leader wins, the boss wins.
How did you get there? What's your story?
Well, after over 13 years in the corporate world, with the companies like IBM, Novell, Platespin, NetIQ, and some others, just learning, growing, going through multiple mergers, multiple buyouts, laid off due to corporate downsizing. I've been there and done it all. And so there's a lot of learning in there, a lot of growth. I've learned in my life, there's no failure, there's only feedback. So just the learning and growth from negative circumstances and positive ones too, but growth, things that didn't work out so well, I've grown, and it's made me way more resilient. And so that's some of the biggest things I've learned, and that it's really us, it's me that is on my own biggest barrier. And most of our barriers are in here. It's not, the economy or your boss or the environment or your family or your health or your hormones, or your genes or whatever. It's literally what's up here. We've all heard the saying, whether you think you can or you think you cannot, you are correct. So there's a lot of mindset in things, people's self-limiting beliefs, our programming that came from when we were born 8 years old, programming, parents, society, culture, religion, news, teachers programming us that this is good, this is bad, you have to be this way, you can't be this way. And a lot of that deprogramming and upgrading that software, if you will, in our brain makes a massive and tremendous difference to people, leaders, employees, teams, staff, as well. So that's a lot of what I do, is helping them with my speaking, my courses, my keynotes, and my workshops, is helping them upgrade their thinking and change that coding, that software program, or change that coding, if you will, that limits us. Taking someone being a kick-ass employee, kick-ass leader, speaks up, takes risks, avoid worrying what people think about them, and just gives their best and contributes big, stands out. And that's the people that get ahead, that people revere, that people love, people find valuable, people promote and pay the most to as well. And they're okay, people that are okay having the haters and embracing the haters, because we will always have haters in our life. People will always complain about us, whether we do something or not, or don't do something or not. You might as well do what you love, speak out, contribute, take risks, and really, I suppose, leave a legacy by contributing some way, leaving the planet better than you found it, contributing to people, contribute to the organization, building something, leaving something, versus, well, I was here and made a bunch of money. I spent it on things that I didn't really need and couldn't take with me anyways when I die. So, right, that's the ultimate, I think, failure, versus how did I, it's a rocking chair test. You're sitting in the rocking chair and you have your tea, and you're, as an old person, and you're like, did I achieve what I wanted? Did I leave a legacy? Did I matter? Did I matter at all? Did I make a difference? Did I help people? Or again, did I just buy a bunch of stuff that, marketing told me that I needed, or society convinced me I needed to be cool, or to get people to like me, or to have people think I'm interesting or cool, or whatever, and just spend money to make money, and kind of that was it. So, or did I watch TV all day long and all my free time, and then work my life away, right? So it's looking at that, and again, helping people upgrade that coding, that programming, because otherwise it's like trying to run a high-end business application or a high-end program on like a Windows 2000 machine. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. If it does, it doesn't work very well. So hope I answered your question there.
Yeah, somewhat. What do you want to set for yourself? Because I see your pictures there. You live by a lake, pretty chilled life. You seem to be living a balanced life. Have you accomplished everything you set to accomplish? Like, what's next for you?
Good question. So no, definitely haven't accomplished everything. I probably wouldn't be here if I did, right? I guess that's our time, but lots to accomplish while we're alive. More travel, more speaking, love teaching, love traveling abroad, more giving back, whether it's here in North America, speaking, teaching to people, giving back. Maybe it's, again, more building houses and building schools. I've built houses for Habitat. I've never built schools before, whether here in North America or overseas or the Caribbean or East Africa kind of thing. That'd be a big thing. Is traveling more, speaking more, going bigger with my message, contributing to more people, creating more amazing leaders in the world. The world's becoming a very interesting place recently. I think we need more amazing, empowered, kick-ass leaders who speak out and who walk the talk. And I really don't care what people think about them. And I don't mean that in a negative way. They just don't care if people don't like what they stand for or what they speak on, their values. It's like, okay, if you go over there, if you don't like me, everyone that agrees with me, let's rock it. Let's go. So those are some of the biggest things: to grow my business, travel more, see more of the world as well, and just help more people, and really help others give back myself, but also help others give back as well. And of course, have a lot of fun doing it as well.
Tell us about the different services you offer, because you've got a couple of coaching clients, then you get speaking gigs every now and then. So is that a portrait of your business? Like, what are your cash flows, and how do you get those clients in the pipe?
Yeah, good question. Great question. So Clients, a lot of networking, a lot of referrals as well. Google Ads certainly doesn't hurt. Search engine optimization doesn't hurt at all, of course, as well. But that's the biggest thing, though, is I find some of the best connections are referrals from people. It's one of the greatest ways to connect. Referrals are 3 times more likely to close and buy from you anyways. And I suppose the biggest things I do is my speaking. The way I pay my bills, make money is with speaking, and it's with trainings, whether it's public trainings, people coming all over the world on my live Zoom trainings, whether it's me going into an organization or an association and speaking in person, contributing, delivering, whether it's a keynote or a workshop or a group coaching or a seminar, whether it's those, going in and just speaking, teaching, delivering, again, public or private courses, whether it's a summit or working for an organization. That's really how I make my money. It's how I eat, so to speak. And it's a lot on the themes of teaching others, helping others be better and go further in their own lives, careers, relationships, professional and personal, and just become more successful, and also help others become more successful. So that's my passion, is people who want to help others become more successful, lead others, contribute some way to the world, leave an impact. That's who jazzes me, versus someone that just wants to make more money. I mean, money won't make you happy. It certainly can do a lot for you, but of course it won't make you happy if you're miserable in other areas of your life. So it's all about making an impact. And I think one of the biggest purpose of all of us here is to help others, is to make a difference somehow in the world. And again, it's very fulfilling, extremely fulfilling, in fact.
This is, I feel that like 95% of folks are not at the giving back stage.
Yeah.
Most humans are just at the money stage, it's pretty basic psychology. They can't find happiness, and they convince themselves that money will make them happy. Money is really hard to achieve, so they can spend like a lifetime thinking that money will fix them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's when I'm married, this will be better. When I have kids, I'll feel this way. When I have money, I'll be happy. When I'm successful, I'll be whatever. People will like me. And you're right, it doesn't work that way. You gotta be who you want to be, and that's what you'll attract. That's who you'll attract, versus, well, I'll be happy when I'm married, or when I find a partner, or when I'm rich, or whatever. I mean, first of all, it doesn't work. Second of all, it leads for a pretty miserable interim time until, if you do get where you want to get there. And I think that belief limits us from getting to our ultimate goals. Is, well, when I have all this money, then I can take a course so I can do this and be better. Well, or when I'm older, I can do this, or when I whatever. It's all limiting beliefs, and dare I say, our BS. That is just us, as human nature is. There's no judgment here, everyone. This human nature is to push our fears and things that make us uncomfortable further away. And that's why we want to go to the gym. I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow. I'm going to wake up tomorrow. I'm going to make that sales call tomorrow. I'm going to call that person. I'm going to ask for a raise, or I'm going to have the tough talk, or I'll ask that person out tomorrow or next week or next year, because we push off things that make us uncomfortable. And a lot of people go their entire life, and I've done it too. There's no judgment here. A lot of people go their entire lives pushing off whatever, their money or their health or their satisfaction or their happiness or fulfillment. So it's like, be happy now, and really look at who you want to be. Who is that person you've always wanted to be? And take steps every day to get there. Do something every day that makes you uncomfortable. It's like working out in a gym. You build your muscles in the gym. Same thing as do something every day that makes you a little uncomfortable. It'll build that muscle so you can do bigger and bigger, more scary or uncomfortable things, which inevitably will make you more successful, and I think happier as well, because you're growing, you're learning to do more, you're encompassing more things, you're taking more actions, you're doing more big, awesome stuff. And it's pretty darn fulfilling. And you start helping others at that point, which is extremely, extremely fulfilling when you start helping others, especially where in areas you struggled or you grew and you learned from these certain things. When you start helping others, whether it's a leadership role, officially, unofficially, unofficial or official mentorship role, however it is, when you grow from things, learn through things, one of the most fulfilling and exciting things is to teach others, I think. So that's why I speak and teach on what I've learned and how I failed and what works, what doesn't work, as well as helping other leaders to help other leaders.
How much do you charge for your services, and how much can a coach, quote unquote, make on a monthly basis?
It's a great question. Great question. So the it depends is the best answer. It depends whether I'm doing group coaching, whether I'm keynoting at a big conference, whether I'm doing an executive briefing, whether I'm doing a talk, a workshop for a team, like I'm doing in a couple of weeks. Companies merging. I'm doing a talk for the team, doing some training and workshopping, one-on-one. It really depends. Is the answer to that question? In fact, it's hard to give a solid answer. What was the second question? I'm sorry, I missed out your second question.
Yeah, the how much can a coach make on a monthly basis?
Got it. So honestly, it depends. Again, depends how you coach, but some coaches make 20, 30K a year. Some coaches make millions and millions a year. And I know lots of both folks, right? It depends how your delivery system is, how much you charge. If you're only doing one-on-one coaching and you're not charging much, you're gonna not make much. If you do only one-on-one coaching and you charge a lot, you'll make some good money. You'll be working a lot of hours. You make some good money. That's for sure. Great money if you're charging a lot. And then if you're doing group coaching and charging a little or charging a lot. So again, it really depends, but I've seen coaches make 20, 30K a year. I've seen coaches making millions of dollars per year too. So it's really interesting, the range, if you will. I suppose just like executives, some executives or some leaders of corporations make a decent amount. Some make millions and millions and millions of dollars a year too.
And like, what are your fees? Are there pricing packages? You charge per hour? Like, how does that work?
Yeah. So usually not per hour. Usually if I'm going somewhere or taking the time to create content for an event, sometimes travel to the event, or if it's a Zoom, you still time creating content, talking with event organizers. It takes time. So charging more for the event, like they get a half-day rates, I have full-day rates, I have keynote rates as well that differ. It also differs if I'm going to travel versus if I can sit comfortably in my summer house and teach from here. Yes, it's going to be less than if I have to travel to Europe or travel to Australia to speak, because that's a lot of time. That being said, Australia would be a cool place to travel to.
Are you thinking of starting your own podcast?
I am, and you and I were talking about this a bit before. I've had a video cast or a webcast that I've done, casting the different social media platforms like, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, all kinds of things like that. I would cast video shows of me only and of me interviewing someone. And I thought, you know what? I think it's time to put this on to an audio podcast. I find as well, doing my research, that audio podcasts, if it's video, if something is longer, it tends to do better as an audio podcast. If something is short and powerful, 8 to 20 minutes, maybe 22 minutes even, it can do well as a video cast on social media. But I find if you go longer than 15, 20 minutes on a video, your retention rates, at least from what I've found and researched, unless you're, I don't know, well, what's the gentleman's name? He's escaping me right now. He interviews everyone. He used to be an MMA person. Oh my goodness. His name is escaping me. Joe Rogan, I think. I knew it was a Joe. Unless you're like him, he does hour and a half podcasts that are video and audio. I don't know, but I find it's the longer stuff is better for audio because people can listen while they run or while they walk or work out or something like that, or work, heaven forbid. So that, yeah, I'm moving more to my podcast, taking my video casts, uploading, creating audio tracks as well, and doing more interviews that way too. Plus you can do it in your pajamas versus video casts. You have to dress up. So yes, to your question.
I'm in my pajamas. You just don't know it.
Nice. Hey, I'm in shorts.
Got a black shirt and yeah, in my pajamas.
Right on.
Where can people find out more about you, James?
Yeah. So there's unleashyourpower.com is my website. James@unleashyourpower.com is the best way to email me. My TikTok, I'm James R. Elliot, ELLIOT with 1 T on TikTok. Ditto with YouTube. You can search for James R. Elliot, again, 1 T, Unleash Your Power, and you'll find my YouTube channel as well. That's probably some of the best ways. Email, web, unleashyourpower.com. Again, YouTube and TikTok. TikTok is at James R. Elliot, ELLIOT. Best ways to reach me, and happy to connect. And there's lots of cool content on my website too that I hope is helpful for people.
Thank you so much, James. So this pod was brought to you by podpire.com. If you want to start or scale podcast, that's my company. Get insights, get great guests like James on the pod. Talk with them, get more subscribers and potentially clients. Podpire.com. Thank you so much, James. That was James Elliot here on the Founder Wisdom Pod. Hope